Hi, this is Tanya again, and I am continuing with the series about using Google in your classroom. You may have already watched the Google Basic module, and now you understand the basics. This video is extending upon those basics and talking about some of the more advanced next level integration things that you can be using in your classroom, either from a student perspective or teacher perspective. So I'm going to be talking about all of these items here, the templates, working offline. That's important with students who may not have Wi-Fi. Download as is a little iffy, but sometimes it can become helpful with image saving. The Research Explore option, it used to be called Research, but now it's called Explore in the newer versions. The conversion settings can help with certain projects if you're wanting to annotate them or something like that, so a PDF as well. And then the different modes. Auto replace is something kind of neat that I learned that it's a very specific task that you can mess around with and be helpful at certain times. There are also add-ons. I'm going to review over the share and version history, even though I've already gone over that in basic videos. I'm going to talk about the format paintbrush. Is always a breath of fresh air, depending on your workload and the expectations that you have for Google Docs to work better for you. And then, of course, the last one I'm going to be doing is voice typing. So understanding the use of the, sorry about that, the template option. So if I'm in Google Drive and I am creating something, all of these have the option of from template. So even a Google Sheet, a Google Slide, they all have templates. You also see the templates when you enter into the app itself. And in previous videos, in the basic videos, I talk about I don't go to Docs, I go to Drive. So if I would go to Docs, one of the things that's at the top, which I think is the thing that makes this more pleasing for people to go to, is that they have all of their templates available right in your face. I'm the person that's over here creating something, and I'm like, oh, you know, I want to create something from a template. So I can create from a template. It's automatically going to ask me if I want to create and share, because this folder is shared with individuals in my office. So I'm going to say yes to that. And now it opens up about the same view, but a little bit more expanded, of the template options for Google Docs. It even breaks it down into education, letters, resumes, and so on. So your students could choose those, or you could assign that they choose MLA, APA, whatever kind of report option that you want them to do. If you're doing a lesson letter, business letter, or if they're doing pamphlets or something of that sort that they're working on. So that's where you can get that. So you can go into Docs and then, of course, templates. Now I'm going to kind of jump down the line of my slide here, because the one thing that I've always used is Drive Template Gallery, which is kind of an old school thing, but I got that from going to the add-ons. So if I'm in a Google Doc, there's an option in all of them, in Sheets and Slides, even Forms, there's add-ons. So I can go and get add-ons. That's where I got the template thing, the template gallery. But the template gallery is a little bit more outdated just because of the Docs option. You can get all your templates there. So if I go in here, I can get Kaizena, and I love Kaizena. EasyBib, a lot of districts use EasyBib to help their students write their bibliographies or understand some research techniques. So yeah, so all of these things you can explore them. It's just like on your phone. If you're looking for an app, basically you click on it, you read the reviews, you see what it does, how you manage it, what's associated with it, issues, you know, productivity problems, whatever bonuses, successes that it has. So you can look through those. And when you add them, it adds them to the add-on menu here for you. Also, if I'm in my Google Drive, if I right click on it and it says open with, it'll give me all the options of anything that I've ever installed. So if I want to open it with Cami, if I want to open it up with Cloud Convert, image editing, Nearpod, Smart Learning Suite, any of those things that I want to open it up with, I can. That's also the option of something that's in a preview. So if I'm searching for something that is a PDF in my drive, I can also do open with. And this is the thing that I'm talking about with conversion, like conversion settings. So if I want to open this with, I can open this with Google Docs and I can edit it with Google Docs, where it normally wouldn't be something that can open with Google Docs. I can also open it with Cami. That's another tool that allows you to annotate and type over. But if you want to do it strictly from Google Docs, you can open with Google Docs and it'll convert it automatically. Now, with that being said, I can go to the settings and show you a couple different things here. The convert uploads, I already have that selected. Convert uploaded files to Google Docs editor format. Sometimes it'll ask you, or it used to ask you in the good old days, if you wanted to convert it into a Word document, but it automatically creates a conversion in the background. The other thing that I'm coming here to show you is the offline working. This is not an automatic enabled item. You have to click on it to enable working offline. Now what's going to happen is on that device, and this is problematic with some student Chromebooks that don't have much space, because it will install itty bitty pieces of each of those documents from your drive, Google Docs, Sheets, Slides. It says it right there in the thing for you. I was pulling it from memory, but Docs, Sheets, and Slides, it will put a little piece of it on there so that anything that's already been created or can be created, the students will create it and it'll save it in this pocket of their Chromebook offline. And then when they hit the Wi-Fi or they're connected to the internet and at the district or at school or wherever they are, it will automatically update their drive, or it'll automatically update wherever they saved it or where they placed it. So that's the work offline thing. They don't need internet to do that. Eventually they'll need internet to upload it or submit it, but they don't have to have internet to work on it. Within a document, let's say that, and this used to be a problem when images were difficult to save and access and that kind of thing. So I have all these images in my document here, and I want to keep all of this. I actually specifically want the images. I want to save those, but it's a difficult task to be able to save them. You can't copy, you can't paste, you can't do anything like that. If I want to use them in something that's not within Google, I would need to do something special. And this is just kind of a quick note here. You can go to the download as, or the download option. So if I want to, I can download this as all of these things, but more specifically, the thing that I'm talking about is web page. If you download it as a web page, it will give you a zipped folder that will have a folder in it called images. And all of your images will be neatly saved in that little folder. That might be something that's important to you. It might be the biggest tip of the day, might be the worst tip of the day. So that's the download option, but also you have those others as well, the download in there. The other thing that you can do in here, let me see if I can find it here. You can go to page setup, and you can customize how you want it to look, what size you want it to be, whether you want it landscape. You can do the margins as well. You can also set a page color. This is important to some people to make things fancy and then save them as a PDF and utilize that as a flyer or a poster of some sort. So that's a nice little tip there to be able to find that. Now, when you're in, let me close my image options here. When you're in Google Docs, it automatically defaults to edit document directly. Now, if I'm working with a friend on this, it's nice that we have the edit options, because we know that you can go to the file in version history and see what everybody has done. Well, if I'm a teacher and I'm assisting a student and I'm just giving suggestions, but I don't want to kind of dominate their creativity, I can give them suggestions. So I can go into suggesting mode, and any edit that I put in there will be suggestions. It won't be final. It will show what the students had, honor that, but then also have our suggestions within there. Okay, so that's a nice editing option. And all three of those modes are nice. Viewing, if you can only, so you'll see what it looks like before you print it or finalize that. Now this next thing is a little ignored, I guess. It's not even, actually it's known that it's in there, but a lot of people don't have an idea of how to use it. So if I am looking at the preferences of how my Google Docs acts, this is the stuff that it does. So it automatically capitalizes, uses smart quotes, all these lovely things. Sometimes teachers will have the defaults turned off just so their students won't get the suggestions of capitalizing and spell check. But this is the reason that I have you in here. So if I type any of those things, it would automatically replace it with those things. So let's look at some of these. So the C/O is a percentage, arrows, 7/8, so it'll make it a smaller. But the ones that I added here, so let's say that I messed up and I just miscapitalized a word all the way through, or I didn't want to type a certain word over and over again. It was too long. So I could put an abbreviation. So I could put my name, replace TRS with Tanya Renee Sanders. So anywhere I put TRS, I've also given the example of TKB every time, and I wrote a report in college where I had to continually type To Kill a Mockingbird, To Kill a Mockingbird, the book, you know, whatever. So basically, I changed TKB, or typed in TKB instead of To Kill a Mockingbird, and then every time I typed TKB, it just automatically replaced it with To Kill a Mockingbird. And I know my capitalization isn't right. So I got both of them. I got TRS, and it's all caps, and I have the TKB. So let's see what happens as I'm typing here. So if I go TKB and I hit space, it automatically says To Kill a Mockingbird. And if I do TRS space, it automatically puts Tanya Renee Sanders. So that is just a nice little tool, preferences, and then you switch it over to substitutions, and you can make those changes however you want. It simplifies your life to auto replace something. I showed you the add-ons already. Share version history. I repeat, of course, but if I go to share, that's how I can share it with specific people. So I can start to type someone's name, select them, and then I'm like, you know what, I want him to be the editor, the viewer, the commenter, and then you can send it on to him. And now they've actually done some updates to the view of this, so you can see people a little bit tighter, clearer, who all are editors. And this is shared with, but they also put this a little bit better. So you got the get link. My default is anyone on the internet with this link can edit. So I want to change, whoops, my bad. Sorry about that. I want to change that. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change it to only NWOET people, or restricted. So it can be very private. It can be only me. It can be anyone that I give the link to, which is right here as soon as you pop it up. It was also on the page before, so I can hit copy link. Link is copied. I can paste that to someone else. And then also I've shown you in the Google Drive, any file, you can get a shareable link for that. So I can hit that, turn that on for them, turn it on for them. Anyone at NWOET with the link can view it. Well, I want to change that, and I'm going to say anyone with the link. Got it. This is something that's newly been changed. And I'm going to say anyone with the link, and then I save it and I hit done. So that's the that big option for them to be able to do that. Okay. The next thing oh, I think this tool is awesome. And I debated on showing you guys this, but so I'm going to make this outline and more, and again, this and that. Okay, and then I'm going to go back here, and this is a main point. Okay, so let's say that I want all of my main headings to be a certain text. So I'm going to highlight this text and I'm going to make it perfect. So I'm going to make it purple. I'm going to make it size 14. Whoops. And I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it a different text. I'm going to make it, there we go. That looks good. Okay, so I like that. And I may not do this with an outline. Normally I do it with a quiz or some questions or something that I'm formatting for a specific group that I want things to pop out at them. So I like this text. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to go up here to this paintbrush, and it's the format paintbrush, and I'm going to double click it because I want it to stay on. And you can see that my cursor has the paintbrush now. So anything that I want to be purple, big, and that Playfair text, I just click on it and it does it. Okay, so anything that I click on or highlight, it'll make it that. So you can see I didn't do the S and it didn't complete that one. Now it's going to keep doing it until I go up here on the paintbrush and deselect it. If I hit it once, okay, so let me highlight this, normal text. If I hit it once, it's only going to do it once. See, it's off, it's gone. But if I hit it twice, double click, and then I go here, it's going to keep doing it. So I think the formatting paintbrush is really nice. I used it the other day when I was trying to write some questions within a worksheet, and I wanted certain things to be bold, italic, and size 14, and I wanted other things to be a little bit smaller. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it. Whoops, I got to turn it off. So now this usually is a tool that you either know it and you use it like crazy, or you don't know that it exists in there and you're trying to utilize something like Read and Write or Speak It or another app like that. Well, Google Docs has this totally built in for itself. You have a voice typing option. So as soon as I click that voice typing, it's going to give me this microphone off to the side. And it tells me exactly what I need to do. I need to click to speak. And this is just like your cell phone if you're doing dictation in it. So let me try a little bit of it. This is listening to me now. It can hear what I'm saying, period. It will maybe do some of the things that my phone does, period. New paragraph. There you go. Okay, so it continues to do it as I'm talking. Oops, it had new paragraph and it didn't do it. There, it did it again. So yeah, so you can keep talking, and as soon as you're finished, you just click it and you're done. And it put all those words in there for me. And that's under my tools and voice typing. So these are some beneficial ways that you can utilize Google Docs within your classroom using the tools and help them work with your classroom, making it smarter. Now, if you have any questions, you can email me at sanders@nwoet.org, and I'd love to help you learn more about these wonderful ways to use these Google products in your classroom. It's been wonderful. See you in the next video.